Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Jennifer Anderson, and I am the lead teacher for math at St. Charles North. Typically on Future Freshman Night, I greatly enjoy speaking with the parents within our community, along with our future freshmen at North. While our conversations are full of excitement for the year to come, many questions are similar in nature. So within this video, I will be talking through those most commonly asked questions while also including some other nice to know facts about high school math. So let's start off with the most basic questions, which is what is the progression of high school mathematics in D303? Our order of progression of classes are listed here. We begin with Algebra 1, and then we progress through the other two required courses, which are Geometry and then Algebra 2. While we offer standard and honors levels, it is important to note that there is no honors level Algebra 1. So just to repeat, there is no honors level Algebra 1. And I repeat this only because this is one of the most popular questions that I will be asked on Future Freshman Night. So regardless of having taken Algebra 1 in the middle or the high school setting, our honors courses begin with geometry. If your student is taking or has already taken Algebra 1 at the middle school, then that course is not an honors level, rather just taken in an accelerated time. I will talk more about selecting appropriate courses based upon your student's middle school performance in just a few moments. But after a student completes their courses up through Algebra 2, it is then that students can select their courses from a short list of math electives. While traditionally students will take pre-calculus after Algebra 2, there are other options for elective courses for our seniors. The next most popular question is, what math class is appropriate for me? So let me walk you through your options based upon what math class you are currently enrolled in right now at the middle school. So if you are currently taking 8th grade math, then you should enroll in Algebra 1. And remember, there is no honors Algebra 1. If you are interested in taking honors level courses, that is still an option for you as you move through your later mathematics courses. If you are currently enrolled in Algebra 1 at the middle school, and you are successfully working through the course, then you can register for Geometry Honors or Geometry Standard. As far as my recommendations go for which you should take, I would recommend that if you have an 85% or above currently in Algebra 1, then taking honors geometry may be a natural fit for you. However, if you are enrolled in Algebra 1 and scoring less than an 85%, then I would suggest standard level geometry. Please know that that is always up to the student to decide whether he or she should enroll in honors or standard level. I would also like to add that if you are currently enrolled in Algebra 1 and you are scoring below a 70%, then I strongly recommend that you retake Algebra 1 at the high school. While that may not seem like an appealing option, please believe me that Algebra 1 is the most important math class moving forward throughout the other high school level math courses. The differences between honors and standard level math will be addressed in the frequently asked questions in just a few moments. I would also like to add that these grade percentages are just guidelines to help our students find the classes that would contain an appropriate amount of rigor without overburdening the student. We always encourage our students to push themselves academically. However, we also want you to feel a healthy balance within your courses. If you are currently enrolled in Algebra 2 at the middle school, then you're most likely to enroll in next year's class to be pre-calculus honors. Please note that once again, if you have an 85% and above in Algebra 2 right now, then it would be a natural move into honors pre-calculus. However, if you are scoring below an 85% in Algebra 2 honors, you may consider taking pre-calculus standard. So moving on, here's a list of some other very popular questions frequently asked at Future Freshman Night. The first one, what is the difference between honors math courses versus our standard level math courses? So first, regardless of honors or standard level courses, we ensure that all students will learn about the identified standards for that class. In other words, regardless of levels, all students will be prepared to move forward through our math curriculum onto the next course. So what is the difference between honors and standard? The most significant difference is the expectation for independent learning involved within an honors level course. While both courses include group and teacher-led learning activities, the honors courses will extend the learning on those topics outside of the classroom as well. Students will investigate and practice the learned topics from the classroom and apply them in new ways to problem solve through applications of a combination of topics within their nightly work. This may require additional time to be spent by the student to complete this work. The applications and overlap of topics provide for a more challenging approach to this for the student. The standard level course approaches all content with a thorough and mindful approach. While students will also be problem solving through rigorous situations, this is typically done within the classroom walls with teacher and group supports in place. Homework at the standard level is typically a direct reflection of the work done within the class, allowing for practice and for students to increase their mathematical fluency. So as you think through and discuss your students' wishes for either standard or honors level math, you can keep these points in mind. So having spoken about question number 1, there usually is question number 2, which is, once we decide the level, is there an opportunity for level changes throughout high school? And the answer is yes, we do have level changes for our students. Occasionally, students will decide that they would like to switch from an honors to a standard level, or rarely but possible, from a standard to an honors level course. This is a change that can be made during the school year. However, this is done with thoughtful conversation involving the student, teacher, counselor, and parent. We realize that there can be reasons why a student would like to change levels, so we will help that student navigate through their individual situation to determine if a level change is appropriate. Also, students may decide to change levels at semester or end of year. In regards to calculators, students enrolled in Algebra 1 or Geometry will only need to have a scientific calculator. Be sure that your calculator includes trigonometric functions such as sine, cosine, and tangent. The most popular type of calculator for these two courses would be the TI-30X. This calculator is solar powered and costs about $10 to $15. For all courses beyond, so specifically Algebra 2 and above, each student is required to have a graphing calculator. The calculator we recommend is the TI-84. All versions of the TI-84 work extremely well in all of our courses and beyond. However, the calculator of choice is the TI-84 plus CE, which costs about $115. Note that fancier colors of the calculators can increase the cost of the calculator, meaning that a pink calculator can cost about $15 to $20 more than the plain black model, but I'll let you guys duke that one out at home. The last question here regards high school level courses that were taken in the middle school. Specifically, I am talking about any student that has taken Algebra 1, Geometry, and or Algebra 2 at the middle school. For any of these students, if he or she would like to transfer the credits from their middle school to the high school, then so must their grades that were earned along with that course. If you do not wish to transfer your high school math credit from the middle school to the high school, then that is okay too. Just know that there is a minimum requirement for any student to take 3 high school level math courses within the high school. So for example, if a student would like to transfer her Algebra 1 credits and grade from the middle school to the high school, then that student is required to only take 2 more years of high school mathematics. In other words, that student would only need to take Geometry and Algebra 2 then in the high school. However, if a student does not transfer over her Algebra 1 credit, then she can go ahead and take Geometry and Algebra 2 as well, but we would need a 3rd year of Algebra 2 to complete the required 3 years of high school mathematics. I hope this video was helpful in answering your questions, and I thank you for your time. I wish you the best as you talk through your students' placement in mathematics. Please feel free to reach out to me either by email or by phone should you have any further questions. Also, please notice that I have an irregular pattern to my email in comparison to others. My email address contains my middle initial, as there are 3 Jennifer Andersons in D303. Thank you again, and I wish you a beautiful night. And welcome to North.